Hey guys, welcome back. It's Krystal. So today I have an Ulta haul for you guys. These are things that I purchased over several trips to Ulta. One bag, however, this little granddaddy right here, is really big. I did kind of splurge because during my pregnancy, like the first 3 months, I just wasn't in the mood to shop for makeup. I didn't even care about makeup. Like I just didn't feel well. I was tired, nausea. So the last thing on my mind was makeup. So I didn't purchase makeup for quite some time. So when I started to feel better, I like splurged because I had an Ulta 20% off coupon and I was like, I cannot let this coupon go to waste. So I did go to Ulta and I splurged big time. So I have a huge bag of stuff to show you along with a couple other small ones that I bought later on. So I purchased this quite a while ago. A lot of it I have not used. Some of the products I have used. I've probably had it for 2 months. I don't know. It's been a while. I would say it's probably been maybe a month and a half or something. I don't know. It's been a while. I purchased a couple products from Smashbox that are new. This is the Smashbox Photo Filter Creamy Powder Foundation. And I swatched this in the store. I was intrigued. It says buildable, medium coverage, oil-free. So I was just kind of intrigued with this. I got shade number 2. It comes in a square compact like that. I think it should match me pretty well, and it looks like it has more of a yellow undertone, which is better for me. So it just feels really, really soft. So we'll see how it works as a powder foundation, but I also sometimes like to use powder foundations to set my my liquid foundation. So if I do that, I don't apply as much, obviously, but I just want to try this out. It opens up like that on the bottom, and it has this little puffer. Now, this feels like your standard puffer on one side, but on the other side, it feels so soft, like velvet. Oh, it feels so good. I don't know how to describe it, but it just feels so soft. Like if my bed was made out of this, I would like be in heaven laying on my bed. I don't know. I also picked up the Smashbox Photofinish Primer Water. I know a lot of people have talked about this, and I decided to give it a try. So I know a lot of people love it. They rave about it, and it says it's silicone-free, alcohol-free, and oil-free. Yes. So I'm intrigued to try this. I love trying new products. If I don't like it, I'll take it back. I also picked up my ItCosmetics Feel the Moment Anti-Aging Ultra Hydrating Sensory Awakening Primer Serum. I talked about this in my January favorites. Because I had the 20% off Ulta coupon, I decided to pick up a backup. So this is the one I'm currently using. As you can see, I've used up like maybe a fourth. And I just absolutely love this primer. It not only is it hydrating, but it's like a primer. It makes my makeup go on nice and smooth. It just feels really good. Smells really good. I love this stuff, so I had to take advantage of the 20% off. I picked up a new bronzer. Like I need another bronzer because I have like 50 million. But I am gonna do, at some point, I'm gonna do the makeup purge videos. And I know I'm gonna get rid of some of the bronzers that I currently own. So I got this one. This is the Laura Geller Baked Matte Bronzer in Light. Now they do have a medium one or a dark one. They have two. This is the light one. And I don't think you can see the packaging. Sorry if you can't see it, it's the lighting. This is Baked Impressions Bronzer, Water Resistant Matte Bronzer in Light. Made in Italy. This is the packaging that it comes in. This is perfect for people with fair to light complexions. If you are a fair gal or a light person like me, you will love this. It's super, super soft. It blends amazingly, and it's really light. It's a really light bronzer. I think this is amazing. It looks like a seashell, but you guys, you need this bronzer in your life. I probably could have gone with the deeper one. Like if you're fair, this would be perfect for you. But if I just want to lightly bronze my face, like very lightly, this is perfect. But I could have probably went with the darker one. But as you can see, it's not very dark. It's very smooth in texture. It just feels so good. Applies really nicely. So I really like this. I highly recommend it. I've used it several times. I also picked up the Tarte Tartelette Amazonian 12-Hour Clay Blush. I don't know if this is limited edition. I also talked about this in a Loves and Letdowns, like my weekly favorites. And this color is called Celebrated, and it comes in this really cute packaging. Now I feel like this one's a little bit more powdery than their standard Amazonian clay blushes for some reason, but I really like the color of this. It's a very light, kind of muted pink, kind of a neutral pink, I would say. Really, really pretty. I swear, these blushes in general are not easy to swatch on my skin. They just don't show up that well. They apply better on the cheeks. So that is called Celebrated right there. And it is actually what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. So I really love this. It applies best with a dense brush. I tried it with a duo fiber brush and I felt like it just kicked up way too much powder, and I didn't like it with a duo fiber brush. So I picked up a highlighter. This is the ItCosmetics Airbrush Illuminizer Poreless Finish HD Illuminizer. So it is a loose highlighter, which is not my favorite. You know, I prefer a pressed version, but I heard somebody talking about this in a video, and so I was like, oh, I'll have to try that out. So I swatched it in the store. I was like, yeah, it looks like something I would like. Look at this. It's very subtle, but it's very glowy. It's not frosty, it's not like glittery or anything like that, but it just gives this glow. Do you see that glow on my hand? It's better if I hold it back here. Look how beautiful. So I am wearing that too today on my cheekbones, on my nose, and I don't love that it's loose, but what I did is I pulled off the little sticker over the sifters, but I only pulled it off so that only a few of the sifters are exposed rather than all of them, because then otherwise it would be really, really messy. I picked up the Lorac Unzipped Gold palette, and I picked up most of this stuff. Oh, all the stuff in this bag I picked up prior to doing my spend with mindfulness, so just keep that in mind. I purchased all this before I did that collab video, and at the same time I knew that purchasing all this stuff I'm actually going to purge a lot of old stuff, so that was also kind of my reason for it. Out with the old, in with the new, right? So I know you guys have seen you guys have seen numerous people haul this or do tutorials with it. I love the first Lorac Unzipped palette. It's one of my all-time favorite palettes because I really love those rose gold mauve shades. So I had to try this one as well. I also picked up this Lorac lipstick. This is the Highly Pigmented Cream Lipstick, and it's in Goddess. I love the packaging on these. So I purchased this a long time ago, and I didn't know if I liked the color on me, so I took it back. Well, I do this once in a while where I'm like, I swatch it again in the store and I'm like, I really like that. Like, why did I take it back? So I purchased it again. I don't think I'm gonna take it back this time. They smell so good, like vanilla or like cupcakes or something. They smell so good. So this is the color Goddess, or Goddess, sorry. And it's just, it's so pretty, you guys. These are like my favorite types of colors. I love these. It's like a purpley mauve. Oh, it's so beautiful. I don't know why it didn't work for me the first time. I'm pretty sure this is the same color that I bought the first time, but I'm gonna make it work. I don't think I've worn it since I purchased it, but I think I did try it on one day and I did like it. So I think it depends too on my makeup, but oh, it's such a pretty color. I love it. So because I don't want this video to be too long, I am gonna show you some Moondust eyeshadows that I got from Urban Decay, but I'm not gonna swatch them just yet. So I do apologize if you wanna see swatches of everything, but you know, there's a few things that I'm not going to swatch because this video will be like 30 minutes, and I'm trying to prevent my videos from being too long. They've been way too long lately. This is the new Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadow, and this one's in Solstice. Look at how beautiful that color is. Oh, so pretty. Solstice is the name. Now, many people have talked about that, and they have swatched it in videos, and they have done tutorials with it. It's been sitting in my bag patiently waiting to be used. Like, it is gorgeous. I need to use it. The other new color that I got, because they just came out with new colors, that's one of the new shades. This one is a new shade as well. It's called Cosmic, and it's just like a shimmery white. And then this one is an older shade, but I just decided to pick it up because I love purples, if you guys didn't know. This is Intergalactic, and it's just a purpley shade. So I've never owned any of these before. This is my first time purchasing these Moondust shadows, and I'm just really intrigued. And I can use it with my glitter glue and just have a good old time. I picked up the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. This one is in chocolate, and I've used this several times and I do like it. I think the wand could be a little bit smaller, but I do like it other than that. I picked up the new Physicians Formula Cream. This is the Gel Cream Shadow and Liner Trio. It's Extreme Shimmer. Lots of people have done videos on this too, so I'm not going to swatch these just to save time, but that's what those three look like. If you want any specific reviews on any of these things, just let me know. I will try my best to do them. This is the Physicians Formula Custom Eye Enhancing Shadow and Liner Extreme Shimmer. This is the nude one. You guys know I love metallic-y, shimmery shadows, so I'm all about shadow. Like, it's one of my favorite things when it comes to makeup. So I ended up going back on a separate trip to buy these two. These are the darker ones. So same thing, these are just the smoky eye ones. And I have used both of these. I use this color right here, and I use, I think, this middle shade right here. And the texture of them was a lot different than I expected. I've watched several videos of people talk about these, and it was definitely a different texture and formula than I anticipated. So I'm still gonna have to test these out. I think I will still keep them because I do like shimmery shadows. So I picked up the Loreal Infallible Makeup Extender Setting Spray. I already have one that I've been using, but I bought another one. Well, no, this was the first one that I bought, and then I hadn't used it yet. And I did my friend's wedding makeup, and it was like 2 hours away. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have a setting spray. So I went out and I purchased this at CVS that day or the day before because I had like a $5 extra buck, so I figured I would purchase it then. I figured, yeah, I'll go through them both, so why not? And then I picked up the L'Oreal Infallible Demi Matte Finish foundations. I had to buy two colors. I first purchased this one, which was in 102. I lied. First, I purchased this when it first came out. I purchased it at Walmart, and I got the shade like 103 because it looked more yellow, and it was way, 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 way too dark. So I had to retake. So I returned that one. Didn't repurchase it when I returned it. And then when I was at Ulta, I decided to repurchase it with my 20% off coupon. So I got this shade. This is in Shell Beige 102. It's the second to the lightest shade. Still too dark for my complexion. I have not worn this yet or tried it out, but I have swatched it on the back of my hand. It was really dark, so I was like, okay, that's not gonna work. So then I bought the lightest shade in 101 Classic Ivory, and I swatched this one on the back of my hand, and it is way too light. So I'm gonna have to mix these two little guys together, and hopefully they match, but that's very frustrating that when you can't find your shade, you know? So I picked up this new primer. This is the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Face Primer, silicone free. So I thought I'd give this a try. I know a lot of people really, really like it. And I actually like that it's silicone free, so that's one of the reasons that I purchased it. So I'm excited to try that. So I picked up the new Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. This is in the shade 120 Classic Ivory, and I have worn this a couple times. I actually bought this shade and I bought a lighter shade, and I found the light one to be too light. This one looks slightly darker than my hand, but when I apply it to the face, I think it looks fine. So I just kept the one in 120. And then I also bought the powder in 120 Classic Ivory. So I have used both of these a couple times. Not loving these right now. I think it's because my skin has been very problematic during the last couple of weeks of this pregnancy. Not the last couple of weeks of my pregnancy, but just the last couple of weeks during my pregnancy. My skin has been very dry, very, very bumpy in texture, and matte foundations just don't look the best on my skin right now, so I think that was part of the reason. So hopefully when the summer comes, my skin goes back to being a little bit more oily and not as dry, and then these would work better for me. So I generally really love matte foundations, but lately they just are not my favorite. So I am looking forward to trying the Loreal though, because this is a demi matte finish, and I know people have said that it's not it's not super matte. So that I think would be better for me. I also picked up the Maybelline Master Concealer in Light. I've used this several times, and again, not my favorite concealer. I feel like it's kind of drying under the eyes. So I like a concealer that's a little bit more hydrating. It gives really, really good coverage. So I know a lot of people love this, and they compare it to the MAC Pro Longwear. However, I've never tried that one, so I don't know how it compares to that. I've always wanted to try the MAC Pro Longwear, but I don't like a really heavy coverage concealer under my eyes anymore, because as I've aged, my under eye fine lines and stuff, they're very more prominent when I use like a heavy concealer under my eyes. So I prefer something that's a little bit more hydrating and lightweight. I don't have dark circles, so I don't really need the coverage anyways. So that's a scoop on that. So this is the new Urban Decay, really. So I didn't